Hi, I'm Sweet Sylvanians, and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as calico critters. And today I have an unboxing of an older Japanese set. So I think this is called the Candy Wagon. I found this on Vinted for a really good price and had to buy it even though I do already have a sweet shop cart. I think this set is brand new. I did already cut the tape off camera to check everything was in there and scan the stickers, but otherwise this has never been opened, so that's really exciting. I couldn't find out much about this set online, but I think it was released around or before 2006, as it's in this Japanese leaflet from then. I love how small this box is, as is typical for the older Japanese sets. There's also some cute lollipop and sweet illustrations at the bottom. Taking a closer look, the main picture shows two babies buying sweets. Strangely, the figure running the stall looks to be Rebecca Periwinkle, who is the daughter in the Milk Rabbit family. I would have expected the shop owner to be an adult, so not sure why it's not. On the side we can see the stall laid out with just what's in the box. And on the back it has everything taken off the wagon and labelled. And underneath is safety information. This sticker shows the item was imported by Flair, who ran the UK distribution before Epoch. I'd guess that this was originally bought through Sylvanian storekeepers when they used to import and sell Japanese exclusives through the Collector Club. This side has the same picture as on the front, and below a picture of Kate Periwinkle, the rabbit mother. Translated, I think this text says, "Manage your Milk Rabbit's passion are candies that sparkle like stars in the night sky." So it seems like she does run the stall, but is letting Rebecca do it in these photos? Not sure. On the bottom of the box is information about Sylvanian families, and the 2006 manufacturing date is here. Top of the box has the name of the set again. Okay, so as I mentioned, these pieces of tape were still intact, but I originally opened it off camera. There's instructions on this flap showing where to place the stickers and where the items go. I'm glad there's illustrations and not just text. And more underneath showing how to fold the boxes. Okay, so the stickers and paper pieces are in this bag. And everything else. I'm trying to be careful with this one in particular. Okay, so that's the wagon. And the other items are still in their packages, along with the stickers. So I'll move the wagon out of the way to get everything out. And let's get these small items out. Just cutting the tape. And I'll tip them out here, if I can get the plastic off. There. Now this bag has a yellow piece in, and silver items. So these are standard for Sylvanians. There's all different parts which are created through injection moulding. You have to twist off each piece like this, and I'll speed through the rest. Then the papers and stickers are in this bag. Lots of colourful stickers with different types of sweets packaging. And as for the paper, these will need to be made into boxes for more items on the wagon. Right onto that, it's creamy coloured with a shelf in the middle and a sort of red flower printed on the side. This side has two big jars of sweets, and this lid lifts up. Pink lids on top are stuck on there. This side looks similar to the other than the extra space beside the jars. The wheels have blue details and don't move. and the screws on the base keeping everything together. This end has a handle, which would be for pushing it if the wheels moved. Yeah, so this part seems to be the only thing which moves. This small yellow piece will go on the roof, but is clearly missing a sticker. So that's these oval Candy Wagon stickers here. Right, peel that off. And lay it on like this. Ooh, a bit wonky. There. And it's the same on the other side. So popping on that sticker too. Perfect. And that goes on the top, like this. There. The soft yellow looks nice with the blue canopy. So the next stickers are these colourful squares. So if these jars were really filled with sweets, there would be ones coming out of the bottom. Right, let's go for the pink and yellow ones first. And I'm going to use tweezers to fit under the lid. That looks okay. Obviously it's flat rather than textured because it's just a sticker. And now the green and yellow sweets. I'm thinking maybe they're lemon and lime flavoured. Yeah, that looks right. Now obviously them being flat looks a bit weird, so it's great that this set comes with these two kind of bubbly pieces. I had to move the wagon to get my camera to focus, but this is the pink and yellow one. It's translucent like boiled sweets are, and the 9 dots are joined together as one piece. And the same on the green and yellow one. I like that it's not completely even or symmetrical for that level of realism. There, you can see the colour a little better. So I can pop this one in like that. And the pink and yellow on the other side. Then this scoop can be used to get them out. And I'll fold the lid down to keep them in place. The scoop is a pale pink plastic and pretty simple, but it works for what it's needed for. Right, more sweets. These are 3 swirly lollipops. 1 yellow, 1 orange and 1 green. And to go with those is this small pink translucent container. It's really basic, just a little rectangular box. But it's the perfect size to store these lollipops. So in goes the orange one, and the green, and finally the yellow. Perfect. It keeps them nice and upright. They really went to town on the translucent pieces, so there are also these 2 jars. This is the pink one. It's an interesting kind of cut off cube shape with a little hole on top. And the blue one looks exactly the same. So these 2 need lids, which are from the silver pieces I twisted out before. This little disc is one of the lids. It's got 3 layers and we have 2 of them. The lid places on top like this. And the blue jar too. No, that way's upside down. Yeah, the smallest circle is like a handle. So next are some more silver pieces, which are all in need of stickers. These are large round containers, and will be for these 2 candy stickers. And these parts wrap around the sides. So let's start with that one first, if I can get a hold of the edge. And sorry I didn't quite get this in frame, but it just wraps around like this. So this one is supposedly milk candy with a nice blue background. And the matching sticker goes on top. It's not quite centred. There. That looks so much better than the plain silver. So now for these orange soft candy. I'll do the long sticker first again. So starting in the centre. This side down. And then the other side will overlap. Yeah, there we go. And I'll put the top sticker on to line up with the label. Perfect. These two look great. I like the different shapes of container that come in this set. Okay, so now there are two more cube-shaped pieces. There's a little circle on top, I assume as a lid, and they need stickers too. One is pink with sweets called strawberry drops, and the other is fruit drops which have a cute polka dot design. Let's do strawberry first. Okay, lay it on this side, and wrapping it round. Ta-da! Now onto the fruit drops. Exactly the same process of starting with the overlap part. And wrapping the rest around. There we go. Perfect. We're not quite done with the stock yet, as there are some boxes to fold up. There's cupcakes, cookies, colourful jelly sweets, and marshmallows. I pop them all out and will just show how I fold them up with the marshmallow box. I start by folding along all of the creases, and then bring them inwards like this. The little notch part fits into a cut to keep it in place. And then I can make sure all the parts are in place. And there, one Sylvanian box. These marshmallows are in lots of colours and have a soft pink pastel packaging. And there's images on each side. I folded the rest off camera, so next is this blue box for colourful jelly sweets. I assume that they're like jelly beans or something similar. I like how bright the sweets are on this one. Next are some cupcakes, which I wouldn't necessarily think go on a candy wagon. The turquoise and orange colours used on this are lovely, and again there are images on all the sides. And finally for the boxes are some cookies. These have a stripy box and look like sandwich biscuits in two different flavours. Here they are all together. I do like the addition of these, which I think are unique designs, and they're probably a cheap thing to add into the set, but it does fill out the shelves. Right, I've brought my camera down to set up the wagon, so that can go in the centre. Actually, I need to put the scoop back in like that. Okay. Then the lollies in the box can go beside the big jars. And the box of strawberry candy can go in the remaining space. The blue jar can go here. Oh. Bring out the tweezers. Yep. Then the lid. Oops. There we go. And the pink jar next to it. Nice. Maybe the box of marshmallows on that shelf. And the jelly sweets underneath. And then I think we can fit a container in the gap. Ooh, should be enough room. Perfect. Can the circular containers be stacked and fit in the final spot? Yeah, lovely. So I've still got the remaining 2 boxes and they can just go on the other side for now. So the cookies and the cupcakes. Nice. I think that looks good from all the angles. So that is the 2006 Japanese Candy Wagon, and I think it's a really cute little set. Although there aren't many products for sale, the shelves are nicely filled, and it's a good variety. Another carton and fold-up box would mean the other side would be full too, but it looks fine as is, and you could definitely add more sweets or biscuits from other sets if needed. It is a fairly small wagon, which could be good or bad, so here is Avril Husky as a height comparison to the wagon. You can see it's a touch shorter than her, and I'm guessing that's why they used a child figure on the marketing pictures. If I move Avril to the other side, the height does work, and it's like she's using the scoop. The wagon is also quite narrow, which would be good if you have lots of sets and not much room to display them. So there are quite a few Sylvanian sweet shops throughout the years, including this current one, which is part of the Amusement Land series, and also came in a different colourway too. There's also the older sweet store, which came with a lovely pink and white building and was released by both Flair and Epoch. But this wagon has the most versions. I think there are at least 5, with mostly differences in colour and the set name. And this is the version I own. I'll just pop that sweet back on too. I'd guess a lot of people have this one, so I thought it would make a good comparison. So this is how the wagon usually looks in my setup. I can move the customers away for a better look. It's in my kind of town square area and is run by Christopher the Cottontail Grandad. I have added more sweets on there, so it's definitely a bit too well stocked at the moment. This is from my childhood collection, so some of the stickers are looking slightly worse for wear, and it's maybe a bit sun damaged too. I really like this wagon though, and think it's a great inclusion in my collection. So the first difference is the size of the 2 carts. The Japanese cart is shorter and more compact. The brown cart has extra sections that clip on, which make it bigger still. And if I bring back Avril, that height difference is especially apparent. Right, I will compare the sweets in a moment, but first they both have a scoop. The old one is bigger, white and more detailed, but they're roughly the same overall shape. In terms of sweets, I'll pick out some of the old lollipops. There's a few different styles, which I think were consistent across all the versions. This swirly one is the most similar. You can probably tell without me getting it out, but the Japanese one is much smaller. And it has a shorter handle too. It does feel like they've just shrunk it down. Putting that back, and these cartons of sweets are similar. The Japanese one is slightly smaller and made of a shiny silver plastic, whereas my older one is just a flat grey. Both have the little circle lid, and there's different stickers across the 2 sets too. They both have pretty detailed graphics. And next it's the same differences between the circular containers too. The older one is grey rather than silver and slightly larger. It also contains chocolates rather than candy. I'll put those back on the carts. There's a drawer in the order set, which can be pulled out, and that has 3 varieties of sweets inside. I especially like these ones that look like they're wrapped. The most comparable thing in the Japanese set to these are these ones at the bottom of the big containers. This has more colour and is potentially a better scale for Sylvanians, but I like that the ones from the older set are individual. So yeah, quite a few differences. The Japanese set also seems to exclusively stock sweets, other than the 2 boxes, whereas my older one has biscuits to scoop and is labelled as selling candy and cookies. That one also has more items included, even excluding all the additional ones I have on here from other sets. And the wheels work on this older one too, so I'll wheel it out of shot. As I mentioned at the start, I bought this set on Vinted, and it was just under £20 including shipping and fees. I think this was a good price, as I've seen it for about that on Japanese auction sites, and that wouldn't include shipping. I have been buying more Sylvanians on Vinted recently rather than eBay, and occasionally gems like this pop up. So I'm really happy with this set, and I like that it's on the smaller side so I can fit it into any little empty area I have. I think I can justify having both sweets carts, as they'll be in different areas, and I'll maybe do a bit of rearranging of stock between the two too. So that's everything I have for you today. Do you have this set, or want it? And have you ever used Vinted for Sylvanians? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like Sylvanian Families content, then subscribe to my channel, as I post unboxings like this, as well as news and setups every week.